mastered the skill of walking around to spend their nervous energy. And these boys have brought a special kind of leadership to the dugout that is second to none. Baseball is a difficult game to master. It takes devotion and character to become good at the sport. And each of these players have just done that. Now we'd like to recognize the 5 seniors. Jory Conkle, son of Ron and Jen Conkle. Jory will be attending Michigan Tech in fall. Cooper Huxkama, son of Ray and Peggy Huxkama. Cooper will be attending UW Eau Claire in fall. Grant Warren, son of Steve and Pam Warren. Grant will be attending Michigan Tech in fall. Tyler Underwood, son of Kevin and Jen Underwood. Tyler will be attending UW Eau Claire in fall. Derek Vesley, son of Cal and Paula Vesley. Derek will be attending Western Tech in lacrosse in fall. Thank you to these young men for their dedication, hard work, laughter, and leadership to the Marathon Baseball program. Good luck with all in the future plans, and remember, one pitch at a time.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Marathon High School. Tonight, you're going to watch the Marathon High School boys baseball team take on the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonell Max from the Chippewa Falls area. We'd like to thank all the sponsors here on Zaleski Sports for making this possible. Special thanks to the Marathon sponsors, Brickton Motors of Little Chicago, A&H Machine, the Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant, Marathon City Sports Center, Marathon Flooring, Marathon Cheese, the Copper Mug, Access Insurance, and Underwood Construction. So tonight's game, actually, it's kind of we're batting 3 for 3 the last 3 games. It's been really nice out. It's a little cloudy. It's not below freezing. A little rain once in a while, but it's nice and warm. And also tonight's game has been the senior nights. Marathon is recognizing the 5 seniors who have given their all the last couple of years, going back to probably 8U, 9U, 10U, Legion, everything. The seniors for Marathon that were recognized tonight were Tyler Underwood, Cooper Huxkama, Grant Warren, Derek Vesley, and Jory Kunkel, the 5 seniors leading the charge for the Marathon Red Raiders and Coach Warren. Marathon record so far, 7-1. Co-champs of the Merriwood South Conference, tied with Stratford, a 14-2 overall record. The McDonell Max 1-9 in the conference and 3-9 overall for the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max. Again, a really nice game. This game was a late pickup. Marathon had 2 open dates this week. Tuesday night it was canceled because of the rain. That was supposed to be Marshfield Columbus Catholic, and that was canceled. And this is the game that was picked up also in spare of that 1 week off. So upcoming games for the Marathon Red Raiders in the upcoming weeks. Tomorrow night, Marathon travels up to Phillips, a nice hour, 15-minute bus ride. On Saturday, they go over to play Iola. I believe that's a 10 o'clock start time. They have their last home game of the season, regular season, Monday versus Rib Lake when Rib Lake comes to town. Then on Tuesday, they make the trip over to Spencer. Then on Thursday, a rematch with the Abbey Colby. Then the following Monday, they take on Pittsville, which is ranked 1 or 2 in the state, and they finish up on the next day, Tuesday, traveling up to Rhinelander, where that last week, where that's when the seeding meetings take place. The coaches get together and they seed the half sectional. Usually, like in basketball, they seeded the whole sectional, all the teams in the sectional. But in baseball, what they do is they seed the half sectional or the old-fashioned regional, where they're seeding, the top half and the bottom half, and that'll be an interesting seeding meeting, especially with Marathon and Stratford co-champs in the Marywood. See who gets the number 1 seed and gets to host all the way through the through the regional title game. So that's coming up, and kind of pay attention to that coming up in the next couple of weeks. And also girls softball is coming close to entering the seeding meetings and getting ready for, I believe they start May 15th. That's when they start their tournament time. So the athletic season for area teams are winding down. Boys and girls track is performing very well. They have a couple kids on the boys and girls teams that are top qualifiers in the state right now that may have an opportunity to go to the state tournament. So with that in mind, as they're announcing the starting lineups and the whole rosters for the Chippewa Falls McDonald's, they'll start with Cale Holm, the first baseman. Cooper Mietermeyer starts at shortstop. Eli Steps, the catcher. Grant Smiskey is Mason Boosie, the pitcher. David Anderson, center field. Ryan Smiskey starting at first base. Alan Minen, the center fielder, and Joel Liebrent, the right fielder. For Marathon, their seniors taking place right now. Tyler Underwood, the starting pitcher. Cooper Hooksema, the center fielder. Truthers, the catcher. Cale Quaintance, the second baseman. Grant Warren, the first baseman. Blake Underwood moves to the shortstop tonight. Cody Ratke, the left fielder. Evan DeBrew at third base. And Derek Vesley out in right field. So what we'll do is we'll take a commercial break as they get done announcing all the participants in tonight's game, and we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight's baseball game between the Marathon Red Raiders and the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonald Max. Again, we always like to thank our sponsors for making this game possible so everyone can view it at home and in the warmth. But tonight, we don't have to worry about the warmth. It's a nice spring day here in Marathon. Again, this is a non-conference game between Marathon and Chippewa Falls McDonell. I'd like to thank Dan for helping us out on the board over here. He's kind of the computer guru, so please bear with any technical difficulties. He'll make sure that gets taken care of. So, starting pitcher for tonight's game, Tyler Underwood, one of the top pitchers in the conference, in the Marywood South Conference, and one of the top hitters, and a phenomenal shortstop as well. And what Coach Warren tries to do is tries to keep these pitchers on a regular rotational basis. You have Tyler pitching, you'll have Grant Warren getting some pitches in, you'll have Blake Underwood and Cody Ratke, their top 4 pitchers, always on a certain routine so they stay strong and they keep their arms in shape. And tonight was Tyler's turn to pitch, getting ready for a busy upcoming schedule. Like I said, a lot of non-conference games. They're up to Phillips tomorrow night and Iola on Saturday, and then next week they go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So if you look at it, they have 6 games between now and next Thursday. It'll test their pitching and probably a good time to get the younger pitchers some quality time on the mound also. So for Chippewa Falls McDonell, number 16, Cale Holm, the first baseman, will be leading it off for the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max. Again, here in Marathon, a little overclass skies. We got another usual feature for Marathon. We got the bleacher creatures out there in left center field. They got an umbrella. They must be getting kind of weak out there thinking it's going to rain. So the bleacher creatures always present here in Marathon.
Inning number 1 for the McDonell Central Catholic Max. Number 16, Cale Holm.
Tyler Wood, a pitcher with good control. He likes to mix up his pitches a lot of breaking balls, can mix in the fastball. Again, True Thurs, the catcher. And starts it off with a strike. You'll notice during the game, True Thurs looking at his wrist a lot. Coach Schilling over there in the dugout will give him a number, and True will look at that number on his wristband to see what pitch needs to be called. 1-1. And talking to a lot of the Marathon pitchers, they have a lot of confidence with True Thurs behind the plate. They're not afraid to throw a breaking ball because True does a phenomenal job of blocking pitches and one of the best arms around. 2-1 the count. A little low. Count goes 3-1. Full. But they can always watch how fundamentally sound teams are. When the pitch gets ready, you can kind of watch the other players, the defenders, how well they are ready. That's it on right center. In the gap it goes. He's going to round first. Cooper picks it up into the cutoff at second. Here comes the play. They're going to get him. Nice job. Cooper did a great job running that down. Missed the cutoff, went right to Blake Underwood, who covered from shortstop, and they nailed Holmes at second. So that goes down as a single. But unfortunately for the McDonell Max, but fortunately for Marathon, he gets thrown out at second. So 1 out, top of the first. Now batting Cooper Mittermeier, the shortstop. Tyler's always around the plate. When he misses, it's not by much. The nice thing about where the camera's located, you can kind of see the same pitches the batter's seeing and also see what the ump's seeing or not seeing. Popped up in the shallow center. Cooper coming on. and makes the play for the second out in the top of the first inning. So Cooper responsible in assisting on the first 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Now coming to bat for the Max, Eli Stepp, the catcher. Two outs, top of the first. Right there, the breaking ball. Little high heat, evens that up. One thing you hear a lot of announcers go, that's a breaking ball. Well, when it's a breaking ball, it's hard to tell. Well, you can always tell a big curve, but was it a slider? Was it a sinker? What was it? So a lot of people just call it a breaking ball because it breaks one way or the other. Up, down, left, right. 2-1 to count. Evens it up at 2. Ball off the fence. And strikes him out with some high heat. So Tyler Underwood takes care of the last out of the top of the first inning with a strikeout of the Chippewa Falls McDonell catcher, Eli Stepp. So after 1/2 inning of play, it's a Chippewa Falls McDonell nothing, and your Marathon Red Raiders coming to bat in the bottom of first, and we'll be back after this announcement.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon for tonight's non-conference baseball game between the Marathon Red Raiders and the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonell. Tyler Underwood took care of the Max in the top of the first in a 1-2-3 innings, finishing with a strikeout. And we also always like to thank our sponsors. Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Find breakfast, lunch, and dinner all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican spot, the Three Amigos. And did you say a Friday fish fry for tomorrow? That's Three Amigos on Maritech Avenue in Marathon. Also, remember to visit Marshfield Dairy Fest, May 31st to June 2nd. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend to honor the local farming communities. So, on the mound for Chippewa Falls McDonell will be Mason Boosie, taking on Marathon Red Raiders, led off by Tyler Underwood. In the bottom of the first, other games going on tonight of the conference. Edgar takes on Auburndale. That game was canceled on Tuesday as well because of the rain, so they're playing tonight, and that could have a lot of implications on the seeding and where they finish up in the Merriwood South Conference. As customary, each pitcher between inning gets 5 throws, then they got to take her down to second. All the balls are in. And here comes Tyler Underwood, the senior.
Number 1 for Marathon, number 14, Tyler Underwood.
So in the bottom of first, here come the Red Raiders. Pops it out. Right field, drifting, foul, out of play. Moosey gets in charge, gets in front, 0-1. A little high. Popped up, straight up. Short right field. Second baseman going back and makes the play. So Tyler flies out to the second baseman for the first
Next up
out.
for the Red Raiders, number
Making a play
7,
for the
Cooper
Chippewa Falls McDonald
Huxtable.
Max, Grant Smiskey, the second baseman. Now, for your Red Raiders, Cooper Huxtable, another senior, the starting center fielder. Trying to get him chase. Cooper with discipline. Doesn't wanna. 1-1. There's the curve he tried to throw. Two and one. Popped up. Short center. Coming on strong. Is he going to get there in time? Oh, the second baseman goes out and makes a nice play on that one. Grant Smiskey goes out and takes charge out there. Center fielder didn't have a really good break on the ball. So for the second out of the inning, we fly out to Smiskey, the second baseman. Now, true third is the sophomore catcher. Now at bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Again, in case you're watching, hey, don't forget Sunday, Mother's Day. Hit to center field. Going to be able to make a play on that. And for the third out, True Thurs flies out to the center fielder for the third out of the inning. So after one complete, it's the Chippewa Falls McDonald Max and the Marathon Red Raiders 0. We'll be back after this announcement on Zaleski Sports. Technical difficulties. That's something in today's age of technology. We can talk to a man on the moon anytime we want, but can't watch a game or our internet gets screwed up and we're done. Modern technology at its best. So Tyler Underwood will take on the Chippewa Falls McDonald Max second inning here. And leading off the second inning for the Max is Grant Smiskey, the second baseman. And pops that one up. Smiskey responsible for 2 of the outs. Caught 2 fly balls off the Marathon Red Raider bats. Hey, we'd also like to thank Marathon Cheese. Marathon Cheese is made up of a family of employees founded in the heart of Wisconsin's local dairy land. Right back up the middle it goes. So Smiskey with a single up the middle off of Underwood. Second hit of the game for the McDonald Max. So the Marathon Cheese is made up of people who work at Marathon Cheese who bring such passion and commitment to make Marathon Cheese so special. For your next career move, consider joining the Marathon Cheese family and apply at marathoncheese.com. And thanks again for all the sponsors of local high school athletics. Underwood allows a base runner. Second hit off of Underwood. Hit to the third baseman. Underwood underhands it to Quaintance for 1, and the relay in time for a double play. So Underwood induces pitcher's favorite, the double play
Now batting for
ball.
the Mac, center fielder number 17.
So
David
Boosie grounds out in a
Anderson.
double play. And the old 6-4-3 double play. And that gets the base pass clear for David Anderson, the center fielder. That gets by True. Kids gotta like playing tonight. Probably about mid-50s, upper 50s. No wind. We're looking at the 3 flagpoles we can see around here. They're almost not moving. Not chilly. 2-0. Anderson, the center fielder. Nice block by Thurs. Drew does a nice job of getting his body down, getting his chest down and the glove down on those low ones in the dirt. There, inside corner. 3-1. We always appreciate you staying with us when we have some technical difficulties. We'll find a way. Popped it up behind us. We'll always find a way to get back going on the air as quick as possible, and that's what Dan's here for. Making sure we come back as soon as possible, and he does a good job. Full count. And he walks some. So another base runner for the McDonell Max.
Batting for the Max, number 15, Ryan Smisky.
So first walk of the game given up by Underwood. Now Ryan Smisky, the pitcher. Falls it off. I'd imagine when those balls keep hitting the chain link fence, pretty soon they get little scars in them, little cuts. There he goes. The throw down to second. Off. And he's going to third. No, there he goes. He's going to third. Cooper with the pickup. The throw. He's getting down. Not in time. Put a little pressure on that time. And True didn't get a good release. He threw it off to the right side where Cale couldn't get it. Cale Quaintance couldn't get it. And it bounced into center fielder. And that's where Anderson took third on the throwing error by Thurs. First error of the game for Marathon. Usually they've been playing error-free ball lately. Hopefully not a sign of things to come. 0-2. Down the third base line. Fair ball. Run's going to score. And it gets past Grant. Well, that doesn't happen very often either. So Anderson comes in on...
Up next for the Max,
Simsky
number
gets
8,
on
Alan
E5, and
Hyman.
that's one thing Evan has a tendency to do. When he fires it hard, it gets there on a frozen rope. That time, one thing Evan does, he tends to bounce one once in a while. And that time he bounced it. Grant couldn't handle it. 2 outs, but the McDonell Mac put a run across. Now Alan Minen, the center fielder. So 2 errors in the same inning by Marathon. Little low, good block. Fouled on the first base line. Count goes 2-1. The Max jumped out in front. 1-0. Hit the Cale Queen. Oh, and it goes under Cale's glove. Cale moved over there. He was over there in plenty of time to get that one, but unfortunately didn't put his glove down, and it went right underneath the glove. Wow, that's the third error this inning on Marathon. That's really uncharacteristic of Marathon to have that many errors in a game, let alone that inning. So another base runner gets aboard for the McDonald Max. Still 2 out. Runners on first and second. Chippewa Falls, part of the Clover Belt West Conference. Got a Clover Belt East and a Clover Belt West. Tyler should be out of this inning. But that's the nice thing about team. It's never on one individual. Blew it right by him a little late. 0-2. You'll see the second baseman a lot of time coming in there, and he'll, to hold the runner on second, he'll go over there, and right before he leaves, he'll give that little hand fake, that little hand jab, and that tells the pitcher, I'm going back to second. So watch that second baseman or even the shortstop, how they wave. There's Cale, gives that little wave. Now he knows he's going back, and he blows it by him for a strikeout. For the third out. So after the first 2 outs of the inning, Marathon pulls an error parade and has 3 straight errors, and that allows McDonald Max to push a run across here in the top of the second inning. So they take a 2-1 lead, a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the second inning. And we'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Axis Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Axis Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Chuck Wolfel back here in Marathon, where Marathon has kind of played some not too Marathon typical type of ball here. They've had 3 straight errors that inning, and that allowed Chippewa Falls out of the Clover Belt West to put a run across. Coach Warren can't be too happy with the mental discipline, and every one of those errors that we had were preventable. Just not good baseball. Nonetheless, Marathon gets to atone for that one. We also like to thank Underwood Construction for a custom-built home. You want to work at the best in Underwood Construction. Right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For next home building experience, look to Underwood Construction. And throw down to second. And we got Cale Quaintance, who had an error in the last inning. One went right underneath his glove. Leading off in the bottom of the second inning for Marathon. First inning went 1-2-3 for Marathon. Mason Boosie did a nice job on the mound. Cale bounces it. Shortstop picks, throws. In time on the first pitch to retire Cale 6-3. First out, Grant Warren, the first baseman. Again, every team now in high school, every pitcher is on a pitch count. So as a pitcher, you can get 1 or 2 pitches per batter, you're doing pretty good. And be under control. Bounces that one past the catcher. That was a hard one to block. That hit about 2 feet in front of the batter's box. Grant pops it up behind us. Evens the count 1-1. Grant takes ball 2. When you think of Grant as a 6'9", 6'10" hitter, everything has got to be so right because he has such a long swing, a long step, not compact. So to be fundamentally sound like he is takes a lot of practice, and he has. Count goes 3-1. Up the middle, shortstop gloves it. Throws, and did he? Yeah, he got him. Nice. Not a good throw, but the first baseman bailed him out of that one with a nice scoop to retire. Grant Warren, 6-3 on the second out of the Underwood. Here comes Blake Underwood, the shortstop for Marathon. 2 down. Pops it up. Is that going to stay in play? Nope. Lands just behind us. Hits the bleachers. No one in the bleachers made the play. They just all scattered and no one wanted to catch it. Jen Underwood should have made that. Jen Underwood had a chance to make the play, and she didn't make the play. Ooh, nice pitch. One. Popped up. That's going to be in play, but in foul territory. The first baseman drifting back and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Blake flies out to the first baseman for the 3rd out, and they go 1, 2, 3 again in the first 2 innings. So Merriwood struggling to put a base runner on board, where Chippewa Falls McDonell has taken a 1-0 lead going into the top of the 3rd. We'll be back after the next announcement on Zaleski Sports.
Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratech Avenue.
Chuck Wiffle back here with Dan here at Marathon High School, where Chippewa Falls still has a 1-0 lead going into the top of the 3rd inning. Story of the game, Marathon Red Raider errors. 3 errors and a walked batter has led to the 1 run for the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max. But it's only 1 run, and there's plenty of baseball to be played tonight. Leading off for the Max in the top of the 3rd inning will be Cale Holmes, the 3rd baseman. Cale singled the first inning, leadoff hitter, singled, but he got a little greedy. He tried to go to second, and Cooper Hooksma gunned him down at second for the first out of the 1st inning. Now he comes to bat here, top of the 3rd. Generally, teams, you get that leadoff runner on in an inning. That's a big advantage. And Tyler finds the outside of the plate for strike 1. Popped it up. Left center. Cooper drifts over. Squeezes for the first out of the 3rd inning. Now batting, Cooper Mittermeier. Flew out to Cooper for the 2nd out of the 1st inning. 0 for 1. Tyler likes to go to his hand and blow on it to get kind of like a little bit of water vapor under so he gets a better grip of the ball. As long as he goes to his mouth while he's not on the rubber and wipes it off, perfectly legal. One and 0. A whiff. 1-1. On the ground, Evan DeBrew cuts it off, and the throw. Good job by Evan DeBrew on that one. Tired Mittermeier, 5-3.
Up next for the match.
Evan closed fast to that one, cut off under with the shortstop, and big difference there. Evan fired it over, and it was on a frozen rope to get Mittermeier in time. Eli Strepp, a strikeout victim, the first inning. 2 down here in the top of the third. Fall back. Out of play behind the first base dugout. On 2. Tyler's ahead in the count. Blew it right by him for the third out of the inning. So Eli Strepp, the catcher, goes down on strikes for the second time today. For the third inning, I'm sorry, at the top of 3. Score remains the same. 1-0 in favor of the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonell Max. We'll be back after this next announcement on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Number 16, Cale Holm.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon for today's baseball game between representatives of the Clover Belt West, the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max, who've taken a 1-0 lead entering the bottom of the third. We have a pitching change here for Chippewa Falls. Cale Holm goes from first base to take on the pitching. It's kind of interesting because Boosie just had no trouble with Marathon the first 2 innings. 4 foul balls and 2 groundouts to the shortstop. They couldn't touch him, so he must be saving him or just trying to give someone else extra work in a non-conference game. So pitching change. Let's see if Marathon can make him pay for that one. So in the bottom of the third, leading off, we got Cody Ratke, the left fielder, Evan DeBrew, the third baseman, and Derek Vesley, the right fielder. Again, we'd like to thank Access Insurance for all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs. There's always a local agent you can look to at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at access.net. Access Insurance, their business revolves around you. And while you're in Marathon, hey, why not go to the Marathon City Sports Center? At Marathon City Sports Center, you'll always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in a marathon dinner or get-together, come to Marathon City Sports Center, South Highway 107 in Marathon on top of the hill. The throw down to second. And coming to bat, Cody Ratke, the lone junior
Number 3, number 17, Cody Ratke.
on the team this year. Right now, Marathon hitless after 2 innings. McDonell with 2 hits. Story of the game, though, as we stated, Marathon has walked a batter and 3 errors. So that puts 4 guys on without having a base hit. So we had 6 base runners. Marathon, none. Players step out, put 1 foul out of the box, always checking down to the third base coach. Fouled back. Ones. Inside. Again. Mason Boosie, who had owned Marathon the first 2 innings, gives away to Cale Holm. The second pitcher, Cody back up the middle, gloved by the shortstop. The throw in time to get Cody. 6-3 for the first out. Evan DeBrew, the third baseman for Marathon. But it's kind of consistent for Marathon. If we haven't hit we've hit 4 fly balls and 3 ground outs to the shortstop. Evan rips one down to third baseman under his glove, and Evan comes through with a single. Boy, Evan needed that. He'd been in a kind of a big slump lately. Evan comes through with a base hit. First hit of the game for Marathon. Now batting, Derek Vesley, the right fielder. Evan with enough speed to steal. See if Coach Warren bunts him over or attempts to steal. No, he's swinging. Falls behind, 0-1. Vesley ducks out of the way. Again, as a runner on first and the first base coach, they're watching the back foot of the pitcher. Once he's on that rubber, he's got to step off first. Oh, the curveball freezes him. 1-2. And once that pitcher turns that left shoulder or his front shoulder towards the first baseman, he's got to go. And Vesley goes down, throw down to first. Not in time. Vesley down on strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Number 14, Tyler Underwood.
First strikeout for McDonell Max. Tyler Underwood float to the second baseman in the bottom of the first inning. Evan DeBrew on first. 2 outs. Nice snap throw by the catcher to get it down there. Two outs. Like I said, tonight was senior night. These kids have been playing ball for a long time. Tyler hits it out to right field. The right fielder going back, circling, and makes the catch for the third out. So Tyler flies out again to the opposite field, this time to the right fielder for the third out of the inning. And after 3 complete, it's still Chippewa Falls McDonald 1 and the Marathon Red Raiders nothing. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower-level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Chuck Hoffel back here in Marathon, where the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonald Max have entered the top of the 4th inning, leading 1-0. And to be honest, Marathon just can't figure out the pitching of McDonald. 5 fly balls, 3 ground outs to the shortstop. Only 1 base runner so far, and that's Evan DeBrew had a base hit. On the other hand, Chippewa Falls had a lot of opportunities. A walk, 3 errors, and 2 base hits have given them 6 base runners, but they've only gotten 1 run. And that's why they lead 1-0 entering the top of the 4th. We'll see what Tyler Underwood should have been out of the the second inning when they scored their 1 run. 3 errors.
Leading off the top of the
But then again, you're not going to win many games not scoring a run. And they got to get their offense going low. So leading off, Grant Smiskey, the second baseman, had a base hit in the second inning. but was taken out in a 6-4-3 double play. This time he grounds to the short second baseman, and Cale Quaintance goes down on his knees to make a nice catch. So Grant lines out to the second baseman, Quaintance, for the first out. Nice job by Cale. Had him played perfect.
Up next for the
Tried going
Nationals,
opposite field.
24, Mason Bussey.
Sometimes you need a nice play like that to get things going. And watching the Marathon kids run out in between innings, some of them are walking, some of them are jogging. You just don't see that enthusiasm they need. He buckled his knees on that one. When those kids are throwing those nice curveballs, it's coming right at you, and you duck, and then it comes across the plate, and you feel kind of goofy. 0-1, 1 out. Hits Acquaintance again, gets the glove down, throws the first, Grant Warren, and the second out. 4-3 for Cale. Cale's made the last two plays, a liner and a ground out to Cale. Now we bring David Anderson, the center fielder. David walked in the second inning and came around to score courtesy of the 3 errors. He stole second base, got third on a throwing error, and came in 2 errors later. Tyler, another breaking ball. Gets ahead, 0-1, 2 outs. Even at ones. Popped up. That'll be out of play behind the third base dugout. 1-2. Looking out the window. Doesn't look like there's occasional rain clouds in the distance. As long as they stay there, we'll be happy. Oh, had him buckled. He was backing out, and that's exactly what he did. David Anderson goes down on strikes for the third out of the inning. So at the top of the fourth, they keep him off the base paths, and McDonell still has a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
You should apply for an open opportunity at Marathon Cheese.
It's where you want to start your career. We have a lot of long-term commitment employees.
They work with you, and it's great pay, great benefits. I choose to stay at Marathon Cheese because there's always an opportunity.
Marathon Cheese has worked really great for me and my family.
They donate money to different charities and different things that bring the community up.
There's an opportunity to grow in this company.
Working here at Marathon Cheese has given me a great work-life balance.
I wouldn't work anywhere else. I love working at Marathon Cheese.
Chuck Wolfle back here in Marathon, where the Red Raiders are taking on the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonald's Max after 3.5 innings. It's 1-0 Chippewa Falls. We also like to thank Marathon Flooring. Bring your home to the next level with a new floor, carpet, or upgrade from Marathon Flooring. Marathon Flooring, transforming your home from the ground up. And while you're enjoying a new floor, go over to Copper Mug. Marathon's favorite place for a holiday, festive, and local home decor is the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug in Marathon. Throw down a second. So, starting off the bottom of fourth for your Marathon Red Raiders, Cooper Huxtama flew out to the second baseman in the first inning, 0 for 1. Right now, McDonell with 2 hits and Marathon with 1. A little high. There we go. 2-0. And Cooper had injury early in the year. Fought back and went from the number 8 in the lineup to the second in the lineup. Cooper gets ahead in the count, 3-1. Pops it up, and that's going to be drifting foul. Can the first baseman get it? Well, first baseman, the right fielder, and the second baseman, it kind of dropped in Bermuda's Triangle in between all three, and they couldn't make a play. Hey, we also like to thank Fleet Farm. Pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products under one roof. From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. Hey, when you stop by any one of these sponsors, hey, think of Mother's Day. Big day coming up this weekend. And Cooper gets a walk. So nice job by Cooper to work the count.
And for the Red Raiders, number 6, True Thurs.
First walk given up by McDonell. Second base runner for the Raiders. Now let's see if they can get something going here. True definitely has enough power to take one out. Nice pitch. One of the hardest things in baseball, you always wonder when coaches say you got to square up on the ball. Square up. But how do you square up using a round bat and a round ball? Doesn't work physics. Right back up the middle it goes. Third shortstop gloves it, steps on second, and turns the double play on the system. Wow. Nice play by the shortstop there. And he gets Cooper out at second on the force. And True Thurs out at first for the second out of the inning. Double play hit into by True Thurs. Cale Quaintance ground out to the shortstop. The shortstop done a lot of nice things tonight for Chippewa Falls. That's his 5th play of the game he's been part of. Outside. This is the time. If you're Marathon, make the pitcher work a little bit. Cooper worked a walk out of him 2 batters ago. Let's see if Cale can work out a walk out of him. Get another base runner. And sure enough, that's what Cale does. We get another base runner.
Batting for Marathon, first baseman number 10, Grant Warren.
Third walk given up by McDonell. And we got a timeout here. Coach from Chippewa Falls, McDonell, needs to get a timeout. Let's go down and settle the pitcher down a little bit. See how things are going. And he knows he's struggling, 2 walks in the same inning, and we get another pitching change. So with that pitching change, we'll take another commercial here on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Chuck Wiffle back here in Marathon for the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max and your Marathon Red Raider. 3rd pitching change of the game for the McDonell Max. They bring in Joel Liebrant from right field, and it's surprising. He must want to get his pitcher some work because right now we haven't scored a run off him. The only thing we've got is a base hit and 2 walks. So the McDonell Max pitchers are holding the Red Raider bats in check. So Joel Liebrant comes on from right field to take on Marathon's Grant Warren, the number 5 hitter in the order. And again, always go when you're hungry, go to Three Amigos Mexican restaurant. Find breakfast, lunch, and dinner all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican spot, the Three Amigos. And did you say a Friday fish fry? That's tomorrow. There's Three Amigos on Maritech Avenue in Marathon. Again, local sponsors are always appreciated. They get hit up for a lot of sponsorship, and the only way they can afford it is by us attending or frequenting those sponsors. Pitchers ready. Lee Brent now comes in. Grant Warren, first time up, rounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. So we're here in the bottom of 4th. Marathon still trailing 1-0. Marathon weather game tomorrow night in Phillips. A nice hour, 20-minute ride. Thrust on the first. Kale almost got caught sleeping a little bit there. Catcher's got a nice arm. Those snap throws, a lot of times they'll catch inexperienced players not ready. 1-0. Grant drills on the right center. In the gap underneath it, unfortunately, is the right fielder. He makes the grab for the third out. So Grant Warren flies out to the right fielder. Line, and after 4 complete, it's still Chippewa Falls McDonell 1 and your Marathon Red Raiders nothing. We'll be back after these next announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Chuck Wolfel back here at Marathon, where the Red Raiders are trailing 1-0 entering the 5th inning. Just can't get nothing going today. We've had some errors. We just can't get a base runner on. It just seems like they're in the doldrums. We need a nice defensive play to get the kids going here. So leading off in the top of 5 for the McDonell Max will be Ryan Smisky, the first baseman. Ryan got on error on the brew in the 2nd inning. And again, thanks. Don't forget to visit Marshfield Dairy Fest, May 31st to June 2nd. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all your details. See you in Marshfield for a fun weekend to honor the dairy farmers. Number 15 for the Max. Drills one to left field. Cody's going back. Gets turned around and goes over his head. Rolls all the way to the fence. Smisky digging for second. Here comes the throw, and he's going to be safe. Smisky leads off with a booming double over the head of Cody Ratke. Cody kind of got turned around a little bit like that. He started turning and running, and then at last second he started backpedaling, and he lost all momentum. As soon as you start backpedaling as an outfielder, not a lot of good things happen. You're taught from young on, turn and run. Over the right shoulder, turn that way. Over the left shoulder, turn that way and run. So Ryan Smisky leads off with a double, the 3rd hit of the game for the Max. So they get a base runner again. 7th base runner of the game for the Max. Good block. Kept that in front of him. To center field, Alan Minen was on in the 2nd inning, courtesy of acquaintance error. Grant Warren comes in at first base, expecting a bunt. DeBrew stays at third. Evens it up at 1. So with Grant coming in at first and Tyler coming in if there's a bunt, they want to keep the guy in second base from going to third. Because if you send that third baseman in, it's a free run or a free base for the base runner. Throws him. 1-2. The senior right-hander, Tyler Underwood, on the mound. Chucks the runner. Cale goes back. 2-2. Right by him for a strikeout. First out of the inning.
Joe Liebrand.
Joe Liebrand, the pitcher. Coming in, Joe struck out in the second inning. Balled off by the first base dugout. Underwood with 5 strikeouts so far today. It's ahead of 0-1. Way behind for a strike. 0-2. See if Tyler can work his way out of this. You got the bottom of the order here. Joe Liebrand, the 9th in the order. You don't want another base runner with the top of the order coming up. Let's see what Tyler can do. Staying alive is Liebrand. Only one out here in the top of 5. Play 7. Way behind, and there's another strikeout for Underwood. Second strikeout of the inning and the 6th of the game. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Cale Holm, who is 0 for 2. Had a single in the first inning, was thrown out trying to stretch it, and flew out to hook some other center fielder in the 3rd. Still a runner at second, 2 out. There. Boy, if he can get that call, lone outside, that's hard to hit for anyone. They're not really worried about Smiskey's speed at second. Cale just kind of going through the motions to make it think that they're worried about him, but doesn't show a lot of speed. 1-1. It's third base, and underneath the glove, Blake Underwood does a nice job. That one underneath the glove of Evan DeBrew. Blake Underwood was right there to back him up with a diving stab, and that definitely saved the run, because if it gets past Blake Underwood, Smiskey is going to score.
Batting for McDonell Central.
So we'll get a base hit on that one to come home. He's on first. That moves Smiskey over to third. And that is the 4th base hit for Chippewa Falls. Right now, Marathon only has 1 base hit. They had 4 base runners through 1 through a base hit, 3 through a walk. McDonell has had 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 errors. So right now, that's the name of the game. Getting base runners on, but they still only have a 1-0 lead. And we like to thank Marathon Cheese. Marathon Cheese is made up of a family of employees founded in the heart of Wisconsin local dairyland. It's the people who work for Marathon Cheese who bring such passion and commitment to make Marathon Cheese so special. For your next career move, consider joining the Marathon Cheese family and apply at mcheese.com. Here in Marathon. Cooper Mietermeyer. Oh, they tried the old, I'm throwing the first fake and get the guy cheating off third. That works a lot in Little League and Pony League, but once you get to the upper leagues, they're pretty wise of that one. So Cooper Mietermeyer, 0 for 2 officially, flew out to center and grounded out to DeBrew. There he goes. Here comes the throw, going down to second. Oh, it goes off Cale's glove. But we got a break there. The throw down to second, Cale came charging in and went off his glove. And Smiskey at third wasn't sure if the ball was going to go through because you're taught on third. The ball's got to go through on that play to make sure. But Smiskey held and didn't get a good jump. 0-1 though. Underwood in the lead. Popped up. Tyler Underwood takes him himself. So the third out of the inning. Mietermeyer flies out to Underwood, the pitcher. So coming into the bottom of the fifth, Marathon still trailing 1-0. So we'll be back after these next announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Access Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Chuck Offel back here in Marathon for the Marathon Red Raiders baseball game between the Chippewa Falls McDonell Max out of the Clover Belt West. Another pitching change for the McDonell Max. They now bring in Cooper Mietermeyer, the shortstop. Kind of story of the game, again, the errors by Marathon led to 1 run in the second inning. But if you look at where Marathon's done at bat, if they're not flying out, they're hitting it to the shortstop, Mietermeyer, and he was making a play. Everything that came to him, he retired a Marathon batter. So let's see what we can change the tables a little bit. Bottom of 5, 1-0. Blake Underwood, who saved the run last inning by diving after it got underneath Evan DeBrew's glove, saved the run, kept them at third, and that prevented him from adding on. And actually, the runner at third that time could have scored as we threw down to second, but he didn't go to the lead, and that kept them at third. So let's see what Blake Underwood can do. Blake.
Leading off the bottom half for Marathon, number 3.
0 for 1, flew out to the first baseman in the second inning. Mietermeyer, the shortstop, comes in the pitch. Takes a strike. Again, the 4th pitcher of the game for the Max. Marathon has stayed with their ace, Tyler Underwood. Blake pops it up behind the first base dugout. Falls behind 0-2. Good take. A lot of pitchers will throw a junk on that 0-2 count, hoping that the batter will chase something out of the strike zone. Evens it up at 2. Watch where the catcher sets up. You can always tell where they want to go by watching the catcher. That time he was set up outside. Looks like he's going right back there again. They want that outside breaking ball. Didn't get it. Count goes full. He was ahead 0-2. 3 straight balls. Blake worked it full. Get a base runner here. It's always the guy who makes a good play last inning that leads off the next. Oh, and he got caught looking. That was right down there. Yep. Kind of caught him by surprise. Look at a fastball right down the middle.
Number 17, Cody Radke.
Only a second strikeout for the McDonell pitchers. Cody Radke now at bat for Marathon. Cody grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning. Still 1-0 McDonald in the bottom of 5. Cody pops it up. That's going to be to the infield. The shortstop coming underneath it. And Cody flies out to the shortstop for the second out of the inning.
Number 22, Evan DeBrew.
Boy, as of tonight, McDonald only needed one infielder, the shortstop. The shortstop has made numerous plays. We just can't seem to hit the ball where they ain't tonight. Evan DeBrew has the only base hit for Marathon tonight, a single. You can tell Niedermeyer likes that curve on the outside corner because that's where the catcher's been setting up. It's kind of like Radke and Blake Underwood. They like that breaking ball. Sets up on the outside corner again. Nothing, 2 outs. Evans in the count, 2-0. Yeah. Just hit the outside corner. 2-1 to DeBrew, the third baseman. Evan was stranded at first in the 3rd. Pops it up, right field. Right fielder drifting back, camps underneath it for the 3rd out of the inning. So Marathon just can't seem to get something going, and they still trail 1-0 going into the 6th inning. We'll be back after these announcements on Zaleski Sports.
Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratec Avenue.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders are trailing the visiting McDonell Max from the Clover Belt West, 1-0 entering the bottom of the 6th. We'd like to build a lead. And speaking of building, Underwood Construction for a custom-built home. You want to work at the best in Underwood Construction right here in Marathon is a perfect place to turn. For your next home building experience, look to Underwood Construction here in Marathon. Boy, one thing Marathon has been able to do is build a base runner. We've only had 1 base hit and 3 walks right here. So if you don't get base runners, you're not going to score. So let's see what Tyler can keep his mastery. Again, Tyler would have been out of the 2nd inning, but due to 3 straight errors, that allowed the lone run to score for McDonald. So in the top of the 6th for Chippewa Falls McDonald, the catcher, Eli Stepp. Eli 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. He's done a nice job behind the plate. A little low. Right to Kale. That's a little number. Those are little hard ones I really judge. Little number off the end of the back, but it lands in Kale Quaince's glove, which is a good place for it to be if you're a Marathon fan. For the first out, Grant Miskey, the second baseman. Grant hit into a double play in the second and lined out to Kale, the second baseman, in the fourth. There we go, inside corner. Tyler's been around that plate the whole night. Very, very consistent. Number off the end of the bat. Kale goes to second, and it gets under his glove. The fourth error of the game. Kale, I know, feels he should have had it. And he was there in time, but it just went underneath his glove. Another base runner for the Max. That leaves up Mason Bussey, who hit in a double play in the second, grounded out to Kale in the fourth. Got stranded at third the last inning. Grounds it to Underwood at second, flips to Kale at one, and a turn two. Nice job that time. The 6-4-3 double play gets him out of this one. So that's a third out, and again. So after 5.5 innings, Marathon still trails 1-0. We'll be back after this announcement on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon.
Chuck Offel back here at Marathon, where Marathon still trails 1-0 in the bottom of the sixth. Just can't get something going here for Marathon. We need base runners, and we haven't had a lot of those to speak of. We've had 1 hit and 3 walks, so struggling to find something going on the base paths. But leading off for Marathon is the top of the order. Will be the top of the order. First of all, we have Derek Vesley, the number 9 hitter. Derek, a strikeout victim in the third, followed by Tyler Underwood and Cooper Hooksema, the center fielder. Again, thanks for Access Insurance for all your personal, business, and auto and life insurance needs. There's always a local agent you can look to at Access Insurance. Have a friend in your corner to customize the coverage you need. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. So here comes Derek Vesley, a senior. Remember, tonight was senior night for all the 5 seniors. Tyler Underwood, Grant Warren, Cooper Hooksema, Derek Vesley, and Jory Kunkel, the 5 seniors for the Red Raiders. They do have one more scheduled home game. That is against Rib Blake, which will be next Monday. Vesley hits it to third, gloves it, and throws wild to first. So Vesley gives us that base runner that we want. The first error on McDonell. Maybe that's what we need to get that leadoff. First time all game we've had the leadoff hitter on. Now it puts a little pressure on the pitcher. He's never had to worry about the leadoff guy on. Let's see if Tyler, the number 1 hitter in the lineup, can do some damage here. Again, he's setting up on the outside corner. He likes that outside. Underwood flew it to the second baseman and the right fielder 0 for 2 officially. Squares the bunt. Ooh, bunted foul. He had a nice jump by Vesley. Tyler had a nice pitch to bunt on. 0-1. Coach Warren figures you're going to have to manufacture a run, get him to second, and get your next 2 and 3 hitters to score them. 0-1. Scores the bunt again. Snap down to throw the first. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Nice job by Eli Stepp, that catcher. He's got a gun. That's the 4th time he's had that snap throw down to first. 1-1 to Tyler Underwood. Vesley reached on a throwing error by the 3rd baseman. No outs. Squares the bunt again. Nice bunt. Gets it down. It slips and falls. Throws to first. Nice play by Pittermeyer, the pitcher. That goes down as a sacrifice.
At the plate for Marathon, number
Derek Vesley
7,
gets over to second with only 1 out. That was a nice job by Pittermeyer. That's a perfect bunt. Almost right back. But as he fielded, he slipped and fell. And from his behind, he was able to still throw Tyler Underwood out at first. Only 1 out. Cooper flew out to the second baseman in the first, and in the 4th, hit into a 6 unassisted 3 double play. I'm sorry, he was walked in the 2nd. There's a base hit in the left field. They're going to hold up Vesley at 3rd. Throw's coming in. There's that nice hit, Cooper. There we go.
Now hitting for Marathon, number 6, True Thurs.
Cooper with only the 2nd base hit of the night for Marathon. That sends Vesley to 3rd. The left fielder got it in time. Vesley was ready. He rounded that 3rd base hard just like he's supposed to do. Put some pressure on it, but Coach Warren held him out. When you have your best RBI hitters coming up, Kale and now True Thurs, the number 3 batter in the Marathon lineup. 1 out. I would think anything hit over to the right, if it's hit to that second baseman, Vesley's probably going to try to score. Big gap there between second and first if True can pull it. It looks like the philosophy is they're not going to have True. And timeout's called by the McDonell head coach to make sure everyone's on the same wavelength, where they're going, where the ball's hit, what you're going to do if you get it. Again, the last 2 pitches have been on the outside part of the plate for True. It's evident they don't want him to pull it with an inside pitch, but True has enough power that he could hit a fly ball to deep left and score the run. So it's 1-1, 1 out. Chippewa Falls Max still leading 1-0. And he bobbled it. Oh, the nice job. We got that one. The second baseman had a chance. If he fields it cleanly, he gets to force out at second and a chance for a double play. But courtesy of the second error of the inning on Chippewa Falls, Marathon has been able to push across a run. Vesley, who got on with an error on the third baseman. Cooper goes over to second. True gets on first. Error on the second baseman. And we have another base runner. There we go. First and second, only 1 out for Cale Quaintance, the second baseman. Checks the runners. They're not holding them. 1 out. There we go. Pass ball. Runners advance. Now we got runners at second and third. It's kind of a duplicate of Marathon's second inning where we had 3 consecutive errors. And so far this inning, Chippewa Falls has had 2 errors, which allowed us to get a couple base runners and score the tying run so far. Two and all the count. Fourth pitcher for McDonell today. Cale takes one to the gap. That's over his head. They're going to score 2 runs on this. Cale takes one deep in the gap. The first one comes across and Cooper. The second one right behind him, 2/3. And Cale Quaintance with a stand-up double. Third base hit of the game. And we have Marathon now takes a 3-1 lead. Again, you just got, like Coach Warren said, you got to keep battling. Cale's had 2 errors this game, but he gets a big 1-out double in the 6th to give us a 3-1 lead. So we'll take a little commercial break here, and we'll be back after the next announcement on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Chuck Wiffle back here at Marathon, where Marathon has been able to scratch the lead back into the game following an error-filled inning for Chippewa Falls. The same thing that put Marathon behind the game is the same thing that allowed Marathon to grab the lead again. 2 consecutive errors by Chippewa Falls has allowed Marathon to scratch apart 3 runs. First of all, Derek Vesey got in with an error, was sacrificed over to second. Cooper singled, and then True Thurs got an error according to the second baseman. The second baseman tried to turn a double play, booted it, and that allowed base runners to score. And Cale Quaintance with a big double here to push across 2 more runs, so they take a 3-1 lead. Now, another pitching change for McDonell. Number 17, David Anderson, the center fielder, the 5th pitcher of record for McDonell, and every one of them done a nice job. What's really hurt both pitchers are errors on the defensive end. So Cale leads a double. Now Grant Warren, the first baseman, coming to follow. And Marathon City Sports Center thanks you for their patronage. At Marathon City Sports Center, you'll always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in Marathon dinner or get-together, come to Marathon Sports Center South on 107 in Marathon. And don't forget Marathon Flooring. Bring your home to the next level with a new floor, carpet, or upgrade from Marathon Flooring. Marathon Flooring, transforming your home from the ground up. And from the ground up, we have Grant Warren, who's a far, far away from the ground at 6'10". First baseman, Grant Warren. Grounded out to the shortstop, flew out to the right field. Coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Cale Quaintance on second base. First pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Eli Stepp. Nice catcher. Another nice block. Cale's going to third. He gets a good jump and no throw. Nice read by Cale Quaintance that time. As soon as it hit the ground, Cale took a secondary lead, got a good running start. He knew where the ball was. He knew the catcher was having trouble finding it. Made it to third without a throw. 2-0. Pass ball again. Cale's not going to go. Didn't get far enough away. Hey, visit the Copper Mug, Marathon's favorite place for holiday, festive, and local home decor at the Copper Mug. This local gem is filled with excellent gifts for friends and family and a great selection of woodwork, handmade items, and so much more. Find them on Facebook or stop by the Copper Mug in Marathon. Big Marathon right now. Grant Warren at bat. And Grant works a walk. So nice patience.
Red Raiders, number 3, Blake Underwood.
The 4th walk of the game given up by McDonell. Same thing that hurts McDonell right now. Walks and errors. So Grant Warren takes first. Now we have runners at first and third. Only one out. Don't be surprised if Grant takes off on one of these pitches, induce a throw down to second. There he goes. Hit up the center. Blake Underwood. Yes. Center fielder over to third. Get to Grant, and the run does score. So Cale Quaintance comes in with the run. Blake Underwood singles to center, and Grant Warren gets thrown out on a nice throw by the center fielder. 7-5 for the second out of the inning. So Marathon increases their lead to 4-1. Nothing wrong with a good aggressive base running by Grant Warren. Takes a perfect throw to get him. Cale did score. Cody Radke bunts in front of the home plate. Cody's got speed to beat it out, and they just get him on that one. So Cody Underwood grounds out to the pitcher, but most importantly for Marathon Red Raider, they jump out with 4 runs scored in the bottom of the 6th inning to take a close lane and get a close game and get a little bit of breathing room for Tyler Underwood. So after 6 complete, it's 4-1 Marathon. We'll be back after these announcements.
You should apply for an open opportunity at Marathon Cheese.
It's where you want to start your career. We have a lot of long-term commitment employees.
They work with you and it's great pay, great benefits. I choose to stay at Marathon Cheese because there's always an opportunity to...
Marathon Cheese has worked really great for me and my family.
They donate money to different charities and different things that bring the community up.
There's an opportunity to grow in this company.
Working here at Marathon Cheese has given me a great work-life balance.
I wouldn't work anywhere else. I love working at Marathon Cheese.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon, where Marathon Red Raiders have continued to battle and been successful. They were down 1-0 through 6, and they pushed across 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take a 4-1 lead. And again, story of the game for both teams, errors and walks. Marathon fell behind 1-0 on 3 errors in 1 inning. And last inning, courtesy of several walks and 2 errors by the Max, Marathon's been able to regain the lead. 4-1. Now entering the top of 7th. Tyler Underwood hoping for a complete game pitching effort. He'll be facing David Anderson, the pitcher. David Anderson was on through an error in the 2nd inning. Strikeout victim in the 4th. Tyler Underwood facing the 6, 7, 8 in the bottom of the order for McDonell. See if he can take him himself. Squares up for a bunt down the 3rd base line. Here comes the Brew with the throw, and they're not going to get him. That was just a nice bunt. David Anderson gets on 4th hit of the game for the Max.
Next for the Max, number 15, Ryan Smisky.
Ryan Smisky for the Max. Ryan Smisky on through an error and a double. Pickoff throw, not in time. Again, watch that back foot of the pitcher. That'll tell you if he's going to first or not. If he's off the rubber, he doesn't have to. But when on the rubber, that back foot has got to step off. There he goes. Oh, and hit batter. Took one for the team there. So the Max have a little rally going themselves. Base runners 1st and 2nd, no out. And it's the bottom of the order producing. Alan Minen, the center fielder now. There's been a couple changes position-wise, but he started out in center field. Got in with an error in the 2nd and a strikeout victim in the 5th. Squares for a bunt again. They're charging over to 1st. And a sacrifice complete 1-4, but both base runners advanced to second and third. Bottom of the order, Joe Liebrandt, now the pitcher. Strikeout victim both times up. Coach Warren going out there to make sure everyone knows what they want to do if they get the ball, where they're going, how they're going to handle this. So it's been a game. It's been used like in basketball, two different hats. It's been two different games early on. Marathon struggled to find any base runners, where McDonell had several. Then in the last inning, Marathon had all kinds of base runners, scored 4 runs, and it looked like they were well in charge. But now in the top of the 7th, McDonell has put 2 guys on second and third with 1 out. Coach Warren just called timeout to make sure everyone's on the same page of what they're going to do. Or if you're Tyler Underwood, the senior pitcher, you take him yourself, especially the number 9 hitter here, Joel Liebrandt. 1 out. Goes right after him. Gets ahead in the count. Way behind. I think he's going to see another fastball right down the mid, right, probably up high. 0-2. I'm sure if you're Tyler, you're going to go after him. Popped him up. That'll be out of play behind us. Count stays 0-2 yet. 1 out, top of 7. You don't want to throw it in the dirt in case it gets by true. It gives them a run. Popped it up behind us again. Liebrandt's hanging in there, battling on the next pitch. Gets the signals. Ball tip. He's battling. That's the 3rd consecutive foul ball. Hoping that Tyler makes a mistake. Still 0-2 on the Mac pitcher. Balled off again. 4 straight ball balls. Count stays 0-2 yet. I give him a credit. The number 9 hitter battling the number 1 pitcher for Marathon. Let's see what Tyler comes through with now. Watch where True sets up. A little bit on the outside corner. Here comes the curveball, a little high. True gets a signal. Right down the middle. And it's a base hit over Blake Underwood's head. Cooper picks it up. Here comes the throw. 1 run is in. 2 runs have in. He got the cut up. And the number 9 hitter, Liebrandt, comes through against the number 1 pitcher for Marathon. A single over Blake Underwood's glove, outstretched glove. And 2 runs have come across for McDonell. And they've closed the gap to 4-3. Still only 1 out. And Cale Holm, the leadoff hitter for McDonell. 1 for 3. He had a single, a flyout to left, and a flyout to the second baseman. Outside corner. Jumps ahead, 0-1. McDonell keeps battling. give Coach McDonell credit. He's had 5 pitchers, and everyone has done a nice job tonight. Even though the last inning they gave up 4 runs, but it was because of errors. Low and outside. One out. Hit the right field in the gap. Vesley over there. Makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Got to give Tyler a little breathing room here. Now, Cooper Mittermeier, the current pitcher. A fly out, a ground out, and another pop-up. 0 for 3. Time for Tyler to make it 0 for 4. Curveball. Get some bending. 4-3. Your Red Raiders on top after trailing the entire game. Pushed 4 across in the bottom of 6. Ball down the third base line. The runner was going. Tried a little old-fashioned hit and run. Tyler jumps out in front. 0-2 on Mittermeier. Be aware, we will have the post-game sponsor, Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the Upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com for the post-game sponsor, Merrill Steel, where we'll be naming a player of the game. Going, throw was high, pitch was high, didn't have a throw. Stolen base. True didn't have a chance on that one. 1-2, 2 out, runner at second. A single might score or bring across the tying run. Grounds out here to Cale, gloves it. In time, throws to Grant, and there we go. To retire it, Mittermeier grounds out. 4-3 for the third out of the game. So the Red Raiders mount a comeback in the bottom of the 6th inning to grab a victory over the Chippewa Falls McDonald Mac from the Cloverville West and take away a 4-3 non-conference victory. We'll be back after these announcements from Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Chuck Oval back here in Marathon, where the Marathon Red Raiders have snatched a victory from the visiting Chippewa Falls McDonald Max. Things started out kind of ugly for Marathon. They fell behind 1-0. In that one inning, they had 3 consecutive errors. But as Coach Warren says, they keep battling every pitch. And they battled till the bottom of the 6th, where they were able to push across 4 runs, 2 of them courtesy of Cale Quaintance. Cale, you started out the game a little rough defensively. You had a couple boo-boos. I know you should have had a few of those. Yeah. How'd you stay positive enough that when you came up in that bottom of the 6th, you had runners on and you hit that nice double to put us ahead 3-1?
Well, I was just thinking to myself in my head, just kept repeating that I'm going to get a hit, and obviously it turned out the way it was supposed to. So I really wanted to get my teammates in because I did not want to lose the game because it wasn't going very well for me. So.
Did you go up there looking for any certain pitch? Were you looking for, because a lot of times we looked up there, they were setting up on the outside corner. Did you go up there looking for a pitch, or you just wanted to drive one?
No, I don't really care what pitch comes to me. I just think to myself, no matter what pitch is coming, I'm going to get a hit. So it doesn't really matter what pitch comes to me because I know I'm going to get a hit.
Okay. And a lot of positive thinking. Second base, you struggle a little early with a few errors. Again, I know you feel you should have those, and it's not an insult or anything, but that's what the confidence you have, and you just keep battling, huh?
Yep. You got every time you make an error, it happens, it's baseball. You just got to forget about it, and like Coach Warren says, the next pitch. So that's what I thought to myself, and then just got to, next time the ball hits me, I repeat to myself, I'm going to make this play. And every single time, I just repeat it, and I'm going to make this play.
Like you said, you can't change what happened, but you can affect what's going to happen. So you got a busy, your conference champs, co-conference champs with Stratford right now, yep. And you got a lot of these non-conference games up there. With all these non-conference games, are you looking to change anything, to do anything different to keep improving, or just stay with what got you here?
No, I'm just the same plate appearance is the same thing like every single game. To be honest, I overlooked this team a little bit. Just got to come into a game like it's the same game every single time. Like the same thing for plate appearance, infield, outfield, wherever you're coming. It doesn't matter if it's not a conference game. You got to have the same mindset for every single team that you play.
So. Right, cool. So, hey, we'd like to congratulate Cale Quaintance on Zaleski Sports Player of the Game. Marathon defeats Chippewa Falls McDonald Max 4-1. Cale, anything to say to your fans?
I'm Cale Quaintance, and I'm in the house.